Hi guys, I'm back. Today is the 22nd of February 2021. Today I'm going to read Job 26 to 30, Proverbs 22, and Psalm 55. Let's get started. Job replied, Bildad, you haven't helped people who aren't strong. You haven't saved those people who are weak. You haven't offered advice to those who aren't wise. In fact, you haven't understood anything at all. Who helped you say these things? Her spirit was speaking through. The spirits of the dead are suffering greatly. So are those that are under the waters, and so are all those that live in them. The place of the dead is naked in the sight of God. The grave lies open in front of him. He spreads out the northern skies over empty space. He owns the earth over nothing. He wraps up water in his clouds. They are heavy, but they don't burst. He covers the face of the full moon. He spreads his clouds over it. He marks out the place where the sky meets the sea. He marks out the boundary between light and darkness. The pillars of the heavens shake. They are terrified when his anger blazes out. But with his power he stirred up the oceans. In his wisdom he cut the sea monster Rahab to pieces. His breath made the skies bright and clear. His hand wounded the serpent that glides through the sea. There is only on the edges of what he does. There are only the soft whispers that we hear from him, so who can understand how very powerful he is? Job continued to speak. He said, God hasn't treated me fairly. The Mighty One has made my life better. You can be sure that God lives. And here's something else you can be sure of. As long as I have life and God gives me breath, my mouth will say evil things. My lips won't tell lies. I'll never admit you people are right. Until I die, I'll say I'm telling the truth. And I'll continue to say I'm right. I will never let go of that. I won't blame myself as long as I live. May my enemies suffer like sinful people. May my attackers be punished like those who aren't fair. No hope do ungodly people have when their lives are cut short. What hope do they have when God takes away their lives? God won't listen to their cry when trouble comes on them. They won't take delight in the Mighty One. They will never call out to God. Then I will teach all of you about God's power. I won't hide the things the Mighty One does. You have seen those things yourselves. Why do you continue your useless talk? Here's what God does to simple people. Here's what those who are mean receive from the Mighty One. All their children will be killed by sword. They will never have enough to eat. A plague will kill those who are left alive. The windows of sinful men won't even weep over their own children. Sinners might store up silver like dust, and clothes like piles of clay. But people who do what's right will wear those clothes. People who haven't done anything wrong will divide up that silver. The house an evil person builds is like a moss cocoon. It's like a hut that's made by someone who on guard duty. The simple people lie down wealthy, but their wealth is not taken away. When they open their eyes, everything is gone. Terror sweeps over them like a flood. A storm takes them away during the night. The east wind carries them off, and they are gone. It sweeps them out of their houses. It blows it against them without mercy. They try to escape from its power. It clasps its hands and makes fun of them. It hisses them out of their houses. There are mines where silver is found. There are places where gold is purified. Iron is taken out of the earth. Copper is melted down and from ore. The human beings light up the darkness. They search for ore in the deepest pits. They look for it in the blackest darkness. Far from where people live, they cut a tunnel. They do it in places where other people don't go. Far away from people, they swing back and forth on ropes. Food grows on the surface of the earth. But far below, the earth is changed as if lit by fire. Lapis lazuli is taken from the rocky earth. Its dust contains nuggets of gold. No bird knows that hidden path. No falcon's eye has seen it. Proud animals don't walk on it. Lions don't prowl there. Human hands attack the hardest rock. Their strong hands uncover the base of the mountain. They tunnel through the rock. Their eyes see all the treasure. They search the place where the rivers begin. They bring hidden things out into the light. Where can wisdom be found? Where does understanding live? No human being understands how much it's worth. It can't be found anywhere in the world. The ocean says, it's not in me. The sea says, it's not in here either. It can't be bought with the finest gold. Its price can't be weighed out in silver. It can't be bought with gold from a field. It can't be bought with priceless onyx or lapis lazuli. Gold or crystal can't compare with it. It can't be bought with jewels made of gold. Don't bother to talk about coral and jasper. Wisdom is worth far more than rubies, and the topaz from Kush can't compare with it. A topaz, it can't be bought with the purest gold. So where does wisdom come from? Where does understanding live? It comes from the eyes of every living thing. Even the birds in the sky can't find it. Death and the grave say, and the reports about it have reached our ears. But God understands the way to it. He is the only one who knows where it lives. He sees from one end of the earth to the other. He makes everything in the world. He views everything in the world. He made the mighty wind. He measured out the waters. He gave orders for the rain to fall. He made paths for the thunderstorm. Then he looked at wisdom and set its price. He established it and tested it. He said to human beings, have respect for the Lord. Thou will prove you are wise. Avoid evil. Thou will show you of understanding. Job continued to speak. He said, how I long for the times when things were better. That's when God watched over me. The light of his lamp shone on me. I walked through darkness by his light. Those were the best days of my life. That's when God's friendship blessed my house. The mighty one was still with me. My children were all around me. The path in front of me was like sweet cream. It was as if the rock poured out olive oil for me. In those days I went to the city gate. I took my seat as a member of the council. Young people who saw me stepped to one side. All the people stood up as I approached. The leaders stopped speaking. They covered their mouths with their hands. The voices of their nobles became quiet. Their tongues stuck to the roof of their mouths. Everyone who heard me said good things about me. Those who saw me honored me. That's because I saved poor people who cried out for help. I saved helpless children whose fathers have died. Those who were dying gave me their blessing. I made the hearts of widows sing. I put on a godly life as if it were my clothes. Fairness was my robe and my turban. I was like eyes for those who are blind. I was like feet for those who can walk. I was like a father to needy. I stood up for strangers and called. Sinners are like animals that have powerful teeth. But I took from their mouths the people they had called. I thought, I'll die in my own house. The days of my life will be as many as the grain, and so said, my roots will reach down to the water. The dew will lie all night on my branches. I will remain healthy and strong. My bow will stay as good as new in my hand. People wanted to hear what I had to say, and they waited silently for the advice I gave them. After I had spoken, they didn't speak anymore. My words fell gently on their ears. They waited for me just as they would wait for rain showers. They drank my words just as they would drink the spring rain. When I smiled at them, they could hardly believe. The light of my face lifted their spirits. I chose the way they should go. I sat as their sheep. I lived as a king lives among his troops. I was like someone who comforts those who are sad. But now those who are younger than I am make fun of me. I wouldn't even put their parents with my sheepdog. Their strong hands couldn't give me any help. That's because their strength was gone. They were weak because they were needy and hungry. They wandered through dry and empty deserts at night. Among the bushes they gathered salty plants. They ate the roots of desert bushes. They were driven away from human society. They were shouted at as if they were robbers. And they were forced to live in dry stream beds. They had to stay among rocks and in holes in the ground. Like donkeys, they cried out among the bushes. There they crowded together and hid. They were so foolish that no one respected them. They were driven out of the land. Now their children laugh at me. They make fun of me with their songs. They hate me. They stay away from me. They even dare to spit on my face. God has made my body weak, and it's like a tent that is fallen down. So their children do what they want to in front of me. Many people attack me on my right side. They lay traps for my feet. They come at me from every direction. They tear up the road I walk on. They succeed in destroying me. They say no one can help me. They attack me like troops smashing through a wall. Among the destroyed buildings, they come rolling in. Terror sweep over me. My honor is driven away as if by the wind. My safety vanishes like a cloud. Now my life is slipping away. Days of suffering grab hold of me. At night my bones hurt. My aches and pains never stop. God's great power becomes like clothes to me. He chokes me like the neck on my shirt. He throws me down into the mud. I'm nothing but dust and ashes. God, I cry out to you, but you don't answer me. I stand up, but all you do is look at me. You do mean things to me. You attack me with your mighty power. You pick me up and blow me away with the wind. You toss me around in the storm. I know that you will bring me down to death. That's what you have appointed for everyone. No one would crush people when they cry for help in their trouble. Haven't I wept for those who are in trouble? Haven't I felt sorry for poor people? I hoped good things would happen, but something evil came. I looked for light, but all I saw was darkness. My insides are always churning. No, nothing but days of suffering are ahead of me. My skin has become dark, but the sun didn't do it. I stand up in the community and cry for help. I have become a brother to to wild dogs. Ours are my companions. My skin grows black and peels. My body burns with fear. My light is turned to sadness. My flute makes a sound like weeping. Proverbs 22. You should want a good name more than you want great riches. To be highly respected is better than having silver and gold. The Lord made rich people and poor people. That's what they have in common. Wise people see danger and go to a safe area. The childish people keep on going. It's unfair. Being humble comes from having respect for the Lord. This will bring you wealth and honor in life. The lizard trap fly in the paths of evil people, but those who bury their lives stay far away from them. Start children off on the right path, and even when they are old, they will not turn away from me. Rich people rule over those who are poor. Borrowers are slaves to lenders. Anyone who plants evil gathers a harvest of trouble. Their power to treat others badly will be destroyed. Those who give freely will be blessed. That's because they share their food with those who are poor. If you drive away those who make fun of others, fighting as it goes away, arguing and unkind words will stop. A person who is a pure and loving heart and speaks kindly will be a friend of the king. The eyes of the Lord keep watch over knowledge, but he does away with the words of those who are unfaithful. People who don't want to work say, "There's a lion outside." Or they say, "I'll be murdered if I go into the street." The mouth of a woman who commits adultery is like a deep pit. Any man the Lord is angry with falls into it. Children are going to do foolish things. Correcting them will drive that foolishness far away. You might treat poor people badly or give gifts to rich people. Trying to get rich in these ways will instead make you poor. Pay attention and listen to the sayings of wise people. Apply your heart to the sayings I teach. If it is pleasing when you keep them in your heart, have all of them ready on your lips. You are the one I am teaching today. That's because I want you to be honest and to tell the truth. Then you can give honest reports to those you serve. Don't take advantage of poor people just because they are poor. Don't treat badly those who are in need by taking them to court. The law will stand up for them in court. It will require the lives of people who have taken the lives of those in need. Don't be a friend of a person who has a bad temper. Don't go around with a person who gets angry easily. You might learn their habits, and then you will be trapped by them. Don't agree to pay for what someone else likes, and don't agree to pay their bills for them. If you don't have the money to pay, your bill will be taken right out from under you. Don't move or bend your stones to by your people longer. Do you see someone who does good work? That person will serve kings. That person will serve officials of long rank. Psalm 55. God, listen to my prayer. Pay attention to my cry for help. Hear me and answer me. When my thoughts upset me, I'm very troubled. I'm troubled by what my enemies say about me. I'm upset because they say they will harm me. They cause me all kinds of suffering. When they are angry, they attack me with their words. I feel great pain deep down inside me. The terrors of death have fallen on me. Fear and trembling have taken hold of me. Panic has overpowered me. I said, I wish I had wings like a dove. Then I would fly away and be at rest. I would escape to a place far away. I would stay out in the desert. I would hurry to my place of safety. It would be far away from the winds and storms I'm facing. Lord, confuse the sinners and keep them from understanding one another. I see people destroying things and fighting in the street. Day and night they prowl around on top of its walls. The city is full of crime and trouble. Forces that destroy are at work inside. The streets are full of people who cheat others and take advantage of them. If an enemy were making fun of me, I could stand it. If he were getting ready to oppose me, I could hide. But it's you, someone like myself. It's my companion, my close friend. We used to enjoy good friendship at the house of God. We used to walk together among those who came to worship. But death took my enemies by surprise. Let them be buried alive. Because their hearts and homes are full of evil. But I call out to God, and the Lord saved me. Evening, morning, and noon I groan and cry, and He hears my voice. Even though many enemies are fighting against me, He brings me safely back from the battle. God has been on His throne since ancient times and does not change. He will hear my enemies and make them humble. That's because they have no respect for God. His companion attacks his friend. He breaks his promise. His talk is as smooth as butter, but he is war in his heart. His words flow like olive oil, but they are like swords ready for battle. Turn your worries over to the Lord. He will keep you going. He will never let go if you will be shaken. God, you will bring sinners down to the grave. Murderers and liars won't live out even half of their life, but I trust in you. Now that's done, I shall now do the Lord's work. Please bow your heads. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. May your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.